Yo guys, welcome back to the #1 transfer news channel on YouTube, and we are back today. The transfer window heating up now, just only a few weeks away from when it actually opens, but clubs are coming to the end of the season and working on the transfers for the summer transfer window. So starting off now, and it is a surprise one I want to tell you about. So there's nothing concrete at the moment, but Nottingham Forest have Eberechi Eze on the list. So what do I mean by this? So he's a player on the list in case if Morgan Gibbs-White leaves, because as we know, Morgan Gibbs-White is one of the top options for Manchester City. Manchester City have had talks with Gibbs-White's agents, and there will be no issues there for them on personal terms with Morgan Gibbs-White, but the issue for Manchester City will be the fee with Nottingham Forest. So in case if Gibbs-White leaves, Eberechi Eze is on the list, and Eze, we also know Tottenham have interest in him, and expected clubs from around Europe also have interest. So let's wait and see what happens, but that release clause is still active, around 60 million, and let's just see if anybody triggers it, because it's likely the only way he leaves Crystal Palace. Now then, Mateo Moreta, Spanish reporter, reported this, and it is on Dani Olmo and Manchester City. So sticking with Manchester City, we know midfield revamp, Tijani Reinders. I presume we'll be hearing more about Florian Wirtz in tomorrow's video. We'll talk about, but Dani Olmo is another option alongside Morgan Gibbs-White and the other names I've just mentioned, and it is that Dani Olmo is the dream signing for Pep Guardiola personally. So Guardiola loves Dani Olmo and feels like he has the perfect characteristics to play in that number 10 role for Manchester City. As we know, Kevin De Bruyne is leaving this summer, and he is one of the top targets. And where the Barcelona stand on this? So FC Barcelona, we know, last summer triggered the 60 million euro release clause, which they had to go through a lot of struggle to do so, and so did Dani Olmo. So Barcelona's point of view is they don't really want to lose Dani Olmo, but we know the financial situation. So an important proposal could change the mind of FC Barcelona when it comes to this deal. But from my perspective, I think as much as he is a dream signing for Pep Guardiola, I think it's one to watch, but not really one where Manchester City would have to be informed first that he is up for sale, or they are open to offers for them to make a move. So let's wait and see. Dani Olmo's personal preference, we know once again he had to go through a lot of trouble for that Barcelona move in the summer, so I don't think he'd be, let's say, willing to just go and leave out the door just like that. So let's wait and see. Kyle Walker then, and what is going on with this? So his contract to Manchester City runs out in 2026, but he will definitely leave Manchester City this summer. There's no way back for him at Man City, and he will leave this summer. We know he's currently on loan at AC Milan, but AC Milan are restructuring the club, as we know, this summer before they make any decisions on these type of transfers coming into the club, going out. The only real player and signing they're working on is Samuel Ricci from Torino. So let's wait and see. But AC Milan on Kyle Walker's loan deal, we know he's got that option to buy, and there's still no final decision from Milan if they'll trigger the option to buy, which is, I believe, around 6 million euros, which is off the top of my head, to make Kyle Walker a permanent AC Milan player this summer. And if not, Kyle Walker will obviously have other options, presumably in Saudi, these types of things, and then Kyle Walker will make a decision on his future. But he will not play for Manchester City again, confirmed. Napoli then this summer, so many question marks. Victor Osimhen's sale obviously crucial for their plans. A new striker, they've obviously got Johan Bonni, Jonathan David, many players on that list, Darwin Núñez, and let's wait and see. But Napoli, you get a feeling it's a big summer. They've also got the funds from the Kvaratskhelia move in January, so let's wait and see. But obviously they're currently going for the Serie A title with a few games left, and it will be a big achievement. Also, a few links of Antonio Conte. From what I know personally, I don't know a lot on the manager's side of things, but anyway, a player who I'm going to be talking about is Florentino Luis, so the Benfica midfielder. And in last summer, he had interest from Everton and some other clubs, but Napoli have strong interest in Florentino Luis. And what can we say? So Luis is keen on a move. He's offered himself to Juventus, also Napoli, so he's keen on a move away from Benfica, and likely destination is to Italy. And talks with Napoli have taken place, and these could accelerate quickly because obviously there will be other teams interested. And Florentino's agents and Napoli have discussed a deal for 5 years. So a 5-year contract has already been discussed, but despite the keenness to join Napoli from Florentino Luis and no issues expected on personal terms, still there has to be an agreement with Benfica because a release clause could be active, but they wouldn't have to trigger it. It'll be for less than that. So let's wait and see. But this one, Napoli fans could really accelerate in the next weeks due to interest from other clubs. Florentino Luis so very keen on a move, and talks have taken place. Sticking on midfielders and with Serie A, and Georgi Sadakov, who's been linked with moves for quite a while. We know Arsenal had strong interest a few summers ago, or last summer it might have been, and Sadakov wants a move to the Serie A this summer with clubs interested. So another midfielder who wants a move. And Juventus, once again, is one of the clubs who have interest in Sadakov. But there's been no talks yet on the player side or club side. And once again, with Napoli, the best placed team to sign Sadakov is Napoli. And what Shakhtar want is around 30 to 40 million euros, and a verbal offer from Napoli has been sent worth around 35 million euros, which is what it's believed to be. So let's wait and see, but that is with 5 million euros add-on. So Napoli working on deals for midfielders early on before the summer transfer window. Last two stories we're going to talk about then is two Bayer Leverkusen players. And first of all is Jonathan Tah. And Jonathan Tah is in advanced talks to join Bayern Munich as a free agent this summer. So we know he confirmed last week, Jonathan Tah, that he's leaving Bayer Leverkusen this summer as a free agent. But it has been known for quite some time it will happen, but now it's confirmed. A month or so ago, it looked like Barcelona were going to sign Jonathan Tah because they were in talks, advanced talks. Hansi Flick really liked the player and wanted the player. But Bayern Munich, we know the last summer they tried to sign Jonathan Tah, and Eric Dyer leaving the club has now pushed Bayern Munich into a position where they're really pushing for the deal to be done. And Bayern Munich have presented an offer of a 3-year deal with all the salary, and that is what they're working on to get the agreement with the player. Bayer Leverkusen have been informed of this, and as I've said, Bayern Munich are really pushing for Jonathan Tah to sign as a free agent, and unless, if any big changes, because Barcelona and Manchester United were also looking at the situation alongside Bayern Munich, Jonathan Tah is expected to finally become a Bayern Munich centre-back this summer. Liverpool are in advanced talks then to sign Jeremy Frimpong, and there's been a lot of contrasting reports on this, that maybe it's just interest, but they are in advanced talks to sign Frimpong. And from what we know, there will be no issues on the player side because Frimpong is very keen on a move, and the 5-year contract has been discussed. There's been meetings between the agents and Liverpool. Talks have taken place. Frimpong very keen on the move though to Liverpool. Obviously there are a few other clubs interested, as we know, but Liverpool really at the moment don't really have anything to worry about. It's just if Liverpool now decide to advance on the deal, and if they do decide to advance, a Trent Alexander-Arnold replacement will be Jeremy Frimpong, who is a clear favourite to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Liverpool have gathered information on the release clause, which is around 35 million euros into his Bayer Leverkusen contract, that can be paid in instalments. So let's wait and see what happens. But Bayer Leverkusen and Frimpong want his future resolving soon, so this one could advance really quick. Also, due to it being Liverpool after triggered the release clause, so let's wait and see. But Frimpong is keen on the move, and this one could move fast. And the deal is seen as a very straightforward one if Liverpool decide to proceed. So it's all on Liverpool's side now. If they proceed with the deal will be wrapped up pretty quick. So let's wait and see. But thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.